And allegedly, there was a threesome with Danny Boy, Diddy, and Mary. What grown woman throws her face in a 15-year-old young man's lap?
Question from Bo. Can you ask Jag if Christopher Williams was the one who allegedly got SA'd instead of Albie Shaw?
As far as Christopher Williams is concerned, I don't want to talk about that man no more. I really don't. He died after I took him and Willie D down with that meme, and I just want to leave it that way. I don't
Right,
care
let's.
who he was a victim of.
We've got a question from Alice then. What about Drake, aka BoJack
Oh
Horseman?
my goodness, crazy Alice from South Dallas.
Yep.
You realize what that is, right? Shots
No.
fired. I'm done. Leave me alone, Alice. She's been everywhere hunting me down. What does Alice want to know?
About Drake, BoJack Horseman, Richard, aka Dick Fitzenwell. Oh, I have
You
no
know
idea what any of
what?
that means.
No, because it's a she's trolling.
Okay, let's get rid of this.
Buy MC Cupcake. Go back to the hospital and get your meds.
So, where do the Kardashians fit in Diddy's empire?
They're part of the enterprise, and they're upper management. And the reason why I can say that with such certainty is because of the church that they're all a part of in California. And Lou Taylor, who destroyed Britney Spears' life, sits on the board, and they all pay tithes.
California Community Church. No good people here. No, that's not it. What is it? No perfect people here. That's what it is. Their motto is no perfect people here. They nailed that.
And that's great. I'm glad they know they're not perfect. I just wish they would stop misadvertising and say all demons here.
Does Jaguar ever feel fear? If yes, how does she handle that feeling?
I'm not like everybody else. I don't have time for fear. Really. I don't. It was fear that kept me quiet as long as I was. But after my son, and like I think people keep forgetting, like my son Giovanni died September 9th. Kim died 2 months later. They both passed away 2018. And I'll never forget my first conversation with Albert after that. I had lost my son, and he had lost his lady. And the last time we were together, all we were doing was talking about how happy we were about the plans that we had with the people in our family that we loved. Who has time for fear? And I guess on the days when I experience angst or PTSD triggers, or it's very simple. I make prayer, I go to God, and then I get back to work. It's no time for fear.
So, Welsh Gold has got a question that pertains to a guy we had on 2 nights ago who was Armenian American Hollywood gay bar DJ, friend of mine actually. And he said that the Kardashians are into the Armenian rituals.
Hmm.
Do you concur with that, Jag?
Absolutely. I've been telling people this a witch. Them Kardashians a witches coven. I mean, I don't understand how people don't want to see that. Or just looking at Chris, you know. I don't know why people have such a hard time accepting that the occult is real.
Most of the world still thinks that sex tape was leaked. You know what I mean? There's such a shroud of BS around that family. You know what I mean? When you start allegedly, right? Mom knew about that tape and picked out what the best camera angle was. They sat in the kitchen, looked at that thing together before they hit out.
How about we quote Ray J. Rayford Norwood? He said Chris directed it.
And
And
did he
the
help write the
first take,
contract?
huh?
And did he help write the contract?
Yeah. He said Chris directed. What mother would watch her daughter get plowed down by community eggplant and sell it? You know, when they brought that show back, I didn't understand why. I said it was gone once. Why not just let it die? But when she came back and then something from the tape reemerged and it just was so violating. And I don't know, Mommy, why are they bringing this up again? And I just because that was a very trying time in my life. Meanwhile, you're sitting there crying to the person that filmed it and directed it. What was you crying for? I don't know, go make some new skims, I guess. Get over it.
Schnelz wants to know where Madonna sits in all this.
She's Stone Cold Witch. You know, you guys should have a conversation with Odell because Odell actually documented the guy that was stalking Madonna, that said he was her husband and that they had gotten married in some secret ceremony. And of course, you know, law had to come deal with him. But he was, from what I remember you telling me, he was very adamant about her.
Very convincing.
Very adamant about this secret ritual marriage that they had.
He was an occultist.
And he was an occultist. You know, when you start, you know what I'm saying? I tell you what I do know. I really loved Madonna more before she sold out. I think her first real shot at tapping into the AD cone, Adina cone, was Tupac. Because she went after Tupac. And even Rosie Perez talked about it in an interview, how she was, you know, hanging out backstage or whatever. And one day she was at an award show and she went with Tupac because she didn't have a date. And Tupac was like, "Well, you coming with me?" And she went with Tupac and she said Madonna had approached her about hooking up with Pac. And she wanted to know, did he come with you or y'all a thing? She was like, "No, I'm just his friend." She was like, "Ooh, can you hook me up?" And Rosie was like, "Yeah, I'll hook you up." And it's so interesting because 20 some odd years later, after Tupac is gone, she did try to do the same thing with Kendrick Lamar, who she said she felt the spirit of Pac on him.
She felt something on him.
She tried to feel everything on him from what I heard, but he got away from her, just like he got away from Erykah Badu when she came to try to bewitch him.
Quite a few people are asking about your theory, or the theory of the LA fires being used to destroy evidence, that kind of thing.
Could be.
I mean, I think it could be to destroy evidence. I think it could be to make sure people have no choice than to acquiesce to the rebuilding of a smart city, which will look more like a military confine than anything, I think. I think it has a lot of things to do with a lot of things. I think, Gavin Newsom might be having a temper tantrum too. You know, his girl Kama didn't make it. And now he's sitting out here on the block. There's a lot of people that stand to gain from the destruction of Los Angeles right now.
It's going to push a lot of homeless people out of there. This is a land grab. There's a lot going on here. She's right. There is a lot going, and opportunists have taken this, chance to. And this happens at every fire.
They
There's an
tried to do the
opportunity.
same thing with Katrina in the 9th Ward.
And right outside New Orleans. Yeah.
America has never missed an opportunity to profit off of tragedy. The question is, this is all happening so fast. Was it a plan that was already in place, all depending on how the election went? Because people talking about the Santa Ana winds, that's fine. I've spent enough time in California, and my man is Cali born and bred. Santa Ana winds happen at a certain time of year. This isn't the time. So all of these winds that's blowing all of this stuff that has me with this virus now that I got to go get ready to get